Today, we're doing a deep dive into the salary landscape for UK clinical coders.
hmm A very specific area.
It is, and it seems like it's built entirely on rules. So our mission really is simple.
Okay.
We want to pinpoint the actual financial levers, the things that really dictate your pay in the system.
Got it.
And why should this matter to you listening? Well, we found high pay isn't necessarily about chasing a fancy-sounding title.
Like oncology coder or something.
Exactly. It's much more about proving you can manage, well, significant financial risk.
That financial risk piece, that's absolutely foundational. Clinical coding is all about translation.
Translation.
Yeah, translating complex medical stuff, diagnoses using ICD-10, procedures with OPCS-4 into standard codes.
Okay.
And the NHS uses these codes to generate, well, it's price tags.
Okay.
They're called healthcare resource groups, or HRGs.
HRGs.
And that system, the payment by results or PBR model, determines how much a hospital trust gets paid.
So if those HRG codes are wrong, the organization loses money.
Big time. Substantially. And that's precisely why expert coders are, well, worth their weight in gold.
Because errors happen.
Oh, yes. Frighteningly common. One review we looked at showed 58.5%, nearly 60% of initial HRG codes needed changing.
Wow.
And think about it. A single slip-up in a really complex, high-stakes area, maybe neurosurgery, could cost a trust maybe £15,000, even £20,000 in lost income.
Ouch. Okay.
So yeah, higher earnings directly reflect that expertise, the ability to minimize those kinds of losses.
Okay, that makes sense. So how does the NHS actually structure this? Let's dig into the main engine here, the agenda for change pay bands.
AFC.
Right, the AFC. The career path is, well, it's mandatory and pretty rigid. You kick things off as a trainee,
And
typically band 3. In England, that's starting around 24,071 currently.
okay,
Then progression is down to experience. But the absolute key, the main gatekeeper, is getting professionally accredited.
accreditation, so the NCCQ.
Exactly, the National Clinical Coding qualification. Passing that is your minimum ticket into band 5.
And band 5 starts at, in England, £29,970. That qualification is non-negotiable for that band.
Right, so hang on, you're saying earlier that the title, like oncology coder, is kind of a red herring financially?
Pretty much, yeah.
And I should actually be aiming for the multi-specialty headache. It sounds less like a promotion and more like navigating a maze just to get from band 3 to 5.
That is precisely the insight. The real financial value, according to the sources, is in handling coding complexity, not just sticking to one specialty.
Okay.
The senior and specialist roles, we're talking bands 6 and 7, now they explicitly require proven experience coding across multiple complex specialties.
And that's what pushes the salary up.
That's what drives salaries up towards, well, the top end of band 7 in England is currently £53,755. Complexity equals value.
Okay, we've mapped AFC, but you mentioned location earlier. The biggest immediate jump often seems to happen outside just climbing bands.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk geography. The high-cost area supplement, HCAS.
Yeah, HCAS is crucial. But even before that, just quickly, within the standard AFC bands, location still matters.
How so?
Scotland's AFC salaries, systematically higher than England's, right across the board.
Ah, interesting. Example.
Well, that band 5 starting point, it's £31,892 in Scotland compared to the £29,970 in England.
Okay, noted. But back to HCAS, the London weighting, essentially.
Exactly. HGAS gives you a significant financial bump, and it's not tied to a promotion. It's purely based on your work postcode.
So what's the actual cash impact, let's say inner London?
For inner London, a band 5 coder gets a minimum extra £5,609 a year on top of their salary, just for being there.
Wow, okay, so that one move, just changing location, could give you a bigger immediate pay rise than, say, inching up within a band somewhere else.
Easily. It's a massive lever for immediate financial gain, absolutely.
Right. Let's do a quick sector comparison then. What about contract work? That often promises higher rates.
It does. The highest gross income is definitely found in contracting. You trade job security for higher daily rates.
And those rates are...
We saw median figures around £300 a day, which, translates roughly to about £66,000 gross per year if you work consistently.
But there's a catch.
The crucial catch is expertise. To get those contracts, you generally need that proven experience coding across multiple complex specialties, basically. The same level as an NHS band 6 or 7 coder.
I see. So it's not an easy shortcut.
Definitely not. And this leads to the big strategic question when you look at the private sector more generally.
Okay.
Their basic salaries for, say, a band 5 equivalent role might look tempting up front, maybe £39,000 to £46,800, higher than the NHS starting point.
But
you absolutely have to calculate the total reward package. The NHS offers things like much more robust sick pay and, critically, the defined benefit pension scheme.
Which is valuable.
Hugely valuable. Over a career, that pension alone can be worth tens of thousands of pounds annually in accrued long-term benefit. You have to factor that in.
Okay, let's recap the strategic roadmap then. What have we learned?
Right. Step 1, accreditation. The NCCQ is your foundation, non-negotiable.
Got it.
Then focus on complexity. Demonstrable skill across multiple complex specialties is what drives you up into bands 6 and 7.
Not just a single fancy title.
Exactly. And finally, location. The HCAS, if you can make it work, offers potentially the biggest, quickest financial boost without needing your promotion.
Accreditation, complexity, location. Clear.
So maybe a final provocative thought for you to consider.
Go on.
Given that the highest gross earnings, especially in contracting, still demand that band 6 or 7 level of multi-specialty expertise.
Which you'd likely gain in the NHS.
Precisely. So which path offers better long-term security and reward? Chasing the highest immediate salary, maybe in the private sector or contracting, or prioritizing the long-term, potentially much more valuable security blanket of that NHS total reward package, especially that defined benefit pension?
Something to definitely mull over when you're planning your career path.